The Great Transit Debate. Should public transport be free? In recent years, urban planners and policymakers have engaged in a heated debate regarding whether public transportation should be provided free of charge to all citizens. As cities continue to expand, the way people move from one place to another becomes a critical factor in a nation's success. While some argue that eliminating fares is an essential step towards sustainability, others express concerns about the long-term economic consequences for the state. Proponents of free public transit argue that the environmental benefits are significant. When buses and trains are free, more people are likely to leave their private cars at home, which directly leads to a reduction in carbon emissions and traffic congestion. Furthermore, removing fares promotes social equality by providing low-income individuals with reliable access to jobs, education, and healthcare. In this view, public transport is not just a service, but a fundamental right that fosters economic mobility for all members of society. On the other hand, critics point to the immense financial burden that free transit places on taxpayers. Maintaining an efficient network of trains and buses requires massive investment in infrastructure, technology, and personnel. If fare revenue is eliminated, the government must find alternative sources of funding, which often leads to higher taxes or the reallocation of funds from other essential services like education or policing. There is also a fear that without ticket revenue, the quality of service might decline, leading to overcrowded and poorly maintained vehicles. Another perspective suggests that the focus should not be solely on the price of the ticket, but on the reliability of the system. A free bus service is of little use to a commuter if it is constantly late or does not reach their destination. Therefore, some experts suggest a middle ground, keeping fares low but using government subsidies to ensure that the frequency and efficiency of the service are maximized. The goal, according to this view, should be to make public transport more attractive than driving through convenience rather than just cost. In conclusion, the decision to make public transport free is a complex issue with no simple solution. While the potential for environmental protection and social inclusivity is highly appealing, the risks of financial instability and reduced service quality must be carefully weighed. Ultimately, the success of any transit policy depends on finding a sustainable balance between affordability for the citizens and fiscal responsibility for the country. Vocabulary list. Questions. Determine if the statement is true, T, or false, F, based on the information provided in the passage. 1. The author suggests that the debate over free public transport is a new topic that has only just begun to be discussed. 2. One major advantage of free public transit is the potential reduction in air pollution caused by cars. 3. According to the text, free transportation can help low-income citizens access important services like healthcare. 4. Critics believe that eliminating fares will definitely lead to a decrease in national taxes. 5. The passage mentions that funding for free transit might be taken away from other sectors, such as education. 6. The author implies that the cost of a ticket is the only factor that determines if people use public transport. 7. Some experts believe that low fares combined with government subsidies could be an effective alternative. 8. The passage states that a free transit system will always result in cleaner and newer vehicles. 9. One concern raised by opponents is that the quality of the transport service might decrease without fare revenue. 10. The author concludes that there is a clear, easy answer to whether public transport should be free.